So we've come down quite a way into these,
Really the right place?
Of course.
into the
Keep
depths
following
of the
the
castle.
path
So
down. Soon reach the outside
let's
of
keep
it.
going and
Just as long as I don't end up dying in this hole with the likes of you.
yeah. But we need to make sure that that doesn't happen. Because there's no way in hell that we're going to die in the same place as the Count here. That's just wrong. And here we have a summon circle. Probably a very good idea to do some levelling up in here. Largely because we are about to enter into some boss battles. Both of which can be quite challenging, so you do want to be at a reasonable level. Particularly for the next one, because I'd say the one that's coming up immediately is arguably more difficult. It's basically because of the way the boss attacks, but you will see when we get there. Also, I have to. I'm really excited for the second of the two bosses that we are about to face, because it's just really badass, and I just love its design. It's just a really, really great design for a boss, and I just love it to pieces. Anyway, I think we are going to do one more. Yes, just one more summon circle fight. Basically see if we can just get ourselves up to level 45. That way we will be kind of above what the enemies we were facing were at, which is always very helpful. It's probably around this point that enemies are probably going to be slightly ahead of you in terms of level. It's not necessarily going to make things more difficult for you, but it's likely that you're going to be a bit behind. So there are occasions where you are going to want to do a wee bit of grinding just to get yourself back on track. Anyway, if we head down these stairs, stuff is going to happen. Oh, for Pete's sake.
No time to lose. Go on ahead now.
I shall stay and help Syrenne.
Why, if it ain't Zael. Pretty
Oh
boy, not
god,
with you
Zoran's
today.
here.
Zoran? But I thought you were supposed to be...
There was a ruckus down in the dungeon. Figured I might as well take my leave.
Well, it's a good plan. I mean, why would you want to stay there? You've got all the people trying to kill each other. It's just like a bad idea. So, yes.
Don't worry. These goods ain't stolen or nothing.
Zoran acts as a merchant now, and also he can provide us with upgrades. So, if you, well, seeing as we haven't been able to upgrade in quite a while, it's quite nice to be able to do so now. So we will be, upgrading some things to reasonably high levels. Just gets us quite, bit more powerful. Always like power. Allows you to just destroy everything in your path. It's great. Makes me sound like a kind of dictator. I suppose in a way, particularly in how I run my, well, how I have run my clubs and am running my society, a sort of am a bit of a dictator. But I'm a nice dictator. I'm a dictator with democracy in it. It's weird. So here is our first boss, Berith.
What is this thing?
A monster that we were holding captive in case it came useful.
Oh, for Pete's sake. So, Berith here has a shield, and he's very powerful. So basically what you are going to want to do is take down the barrier. Well, you've got to take down the barrier before you can do any damage to Berith at all. However, he has his arrows, and if one of those arrows lands in you, then it's going to explode and beat you up very, very quickly. Which is not a pleasant experience. Nobody ever wants to get exploded. It's not fun. Now, Berith can be quite challenging because you are going to be kind of just three of you for quite a while. I am trying my best here. However, you can get Berith in a bit of a daze, which makes it easier. We may or may not be running into Berith later on in the game, and if/when we do run into him later on in the game, he may or may not be a heck of a lot harder. I mean, if anything, the main problem that you will have with Berith is that damn shield. Because it takes quite the effort to destroy it. Because that's just life. Because I mean, how Arganan ain't gonna do nap all. He's just a really lazy bugger, to be honest. It's like, hello, assistance with murder would be helpful here. Kind of need to be victorious, but no, it's not that simple.
Sorry we kept you waiting.
You guys! Sorry about the wait, Zael, but never fear, the gallant Lowell is here to save the day.
You bloody took your time.
Good to see
Don't let your guard down, guys.
Berith's already pretty much dead. See? If you'd come sooner, that would have been more helpful. You do realise this, don't you?
Oh yeah, you're not going to believe this. I found Muggins here passed out.
Oh? And who was it that leapt into my arms crying like a baby when I woke up?
After you went on ahead, even more enemies started showing up. We managed to jump down and get away, which was good. But Lowell took a nasty attack that was meant for me.
Oh. Lol. Anyway. If we run back through the door that the guys came through, there are some chests available which we are going to want to have a cheeky little look at and get the items inside, because that's always a good idea. Also, I believe that this means that we can make it back to the room with the summon circle. So if you want to be using that, you can do, but it's not really much point. Also, you can use the save point if needs be.
This is it. I'm starting to get a really bad feeling.
Yeah,
Getting close.
pretty much, Yurick.
Great sorrow. The air is charged with it. It's like a voice screaming silently. There is no doubt. The outsider is ahead.
Oh god. Well, let's head onwards. And you see, this is why you don't need to go use the safe circle back there, because there's another one right here, just before our second boss in a row. really kind of quite... It's literally just like a boom, boom with bosses. I do prefer this boss, though, because this is quite epic. And also, we're finally going to get to see the outsider. This is amazing.
Zael, come with me.
I have a very bad feeling about this. Like, really, really, really bad.
Yes, this is the man upon whom you bestowed your power. The man whose heart resonates with your own. Now, show yourself.
What is this?
This is the outsider.
Such warmth.
What are you doing?
Now, outsider, show me your anger, the force of your rage. Let your power flood forth.
So, here we have the Sentinel Beast, Mitra. Now, Mitra is a really interesting boss, because, so Count Arganan only has one life, and he's going to have his life force sapped, throughout this fight. Basically, what you need to do to be able to properly attack Mitra, other than using your spirit attacks if you want to, is to get Mirania to use Leaf. Because Forest. Because the act of doing that will inflict silence upon Mitra, which will thereby make it land. I don't know, he's just such a pain. Also, Mitra can cause these negative flare circles, which will hurt you. So you do want to sort them out. Now, in doing a little bit of research, because I feel I should be doing a little bit more than I have been doing, Mitra, as a word, is kind of important in kind of it's a deity in I think Indic culture. It comes up a few times, but basically it comes from a sort of Indo-Iranian word, which is like Mitram or Mitraum or something along those lines, but its name basically means covenant, contract, oath, or treaty. And in Indic culture, Mitra is a important divinity and the patron divinity of honesty, friendship, contracts, and meetings. Which, as you will see, is a very, very important part of Mitra as a creature in this world. So I do really, really, really love spirit attacks. They're just so cool! Especially just because kind of like you get just the row of them. It's just kind of so dramatic. Now this boss is definitely challenging, more so because you have got to make sure that you keep silencing Mitra, which is easier said than done, really. But once you get him in the ground, he is a lot easier to fend off. But you can see why I like this design so much. I think it's because it's the white, elegant, well, white and blue elegant kind of curves. I don't know. It's a design kind of style that I just really like. It's like the same reason why I prefer Reshiram in Pokemon Black and White to Zekrom. I'm just more of a fan of those smoother lines, I guess. Okay, so Mitra decided to leave. I think we've gained its trust. That's good. Because being in touch with such a powerful creature is just a very, very good idea all round, I think.
Perfect! Let the anger consume you!
Oh dear. This isn't going to end well, is it?
Of a mighty being. Now heed my words. Submit yourself to my Arganan blood!
It's trying to say something. The outsider is screaming in pain.
Stop, that's enough!
Count Arganan! It's all mine! This island, this energy, it is all mine!
Uncle! Uncle, please!
This island belongs to me.
outsider drew vast amounts of energy from the island of Lazulis. With every shot fired from the cannon, the land around it was cast deeper and deeper into ruin, until at last the island could be heard to roar and quake as the final dregs of its energy were hurled at the enemy as beams of destruction. Yet even this suicidal assault was not enough to fully crush the Gurak, who fought passionately to defend their great fortress. And in the end, Lazulis Island fell silent, its energy completely drained. The Gurak did not let this opportunity pass by. With a deadly attack, they pierced the castle through and claimed victory for themselves. The final hope of humankind had been extinguished. This happened at the very same instant that the proud Count Arganan breathed his last.